Nah, that's 100% facts. Now, I want to stay in Texas with this next question. There's a situation going on right now in Dallas, right? And you've got Mo3's alleged shooter, Keywan White, was recently transferred to a Dallas County jail. And it's because of, the murder for hire case that he's going to be facing in the Mo3 shooter, man. Now, with him going to the Dallas County jail, there's a lot of speculation out there on these YouTube streets and in social media. People are wondering, is he going to turn on Yella Beezy or try to throw Yella Beezy under the bus? And that's not to say that Yella Beezy is 100% involved or involved at all. But it looks bad because this guy has everything to lose and everything to gain in this situation.
For you to get charged with murder for hire, right?
Yep.
Somebody had to tell him that she hired them to murder, right? Somebody. Same way with Durk's situation. Somebody had to say, where are you just coming up with murder for hire? You got me talking on the phone? They got Yella Beezy already on the thing, meeting up with the handing back some money. So even if that's not the case, that don't look good. And the people gonna paint the picture of that's what you handed him that money for. That's what you was doing. You feel me? So,
It's a wild situation because, this guy is alleged to have been paid $40,000, and they're saying that he got that from Yella Beezy. And, they're going to, it's on the state to prove, but man, it looks real bad right now for Yella Beezy in his case because I don't know, it seems like this guy, he doesn't seem wound too tight. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally saying what I think he looks like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's the keep it solid type, if that's the case, because I don't know. This could be all bad for Yella.
Man, we don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, man. There's a lot of people getting in courtrooms, man. It's, like I said, it's either me or you. And who you gonna pick? Who you gonna pick? There's only a certain amount of people that's gonna stay solid. Murder for hire. Murder for hire. You hire somebody to murder somebody. Where else you get this information from? That's not nothing you just come up with or nothing. Oh, murder for hire. Yella Beezy, 5 years down the line. Come on, man. 5, 6 years later. You know?
Yep. So the story was...
There's a mole around. Huh?
Now, the story says that Marquise Conway, Yella Beezy, they allege that Yella Beezy hired Keywan White to carry out Mo3's killing, and he paid him that $40,000. So that's their case. That's actually the actual state's case.
Hey, listen good, man. God bless her. God bless you, Yella, man. I hope you overcome it. It just be the streets, man. It used to be cool, man. All this used to be homies, man.
It seems like that. That seems like the trend, you know what I mean?
A lot of niggas don't realize, man, even for the Chicago, if niggas had came together, man, niggas had so much paper, man. So much paper. But then again, who else was gonna rap about? What a nigga was gonna talk about? Selling drugs? Changed to drilling, so that probably wouldn't even work no more.
Yeah, well, what do you think about, say, like the new Dallas movement, where you got Billionaire Zoe, you got these, or Zillionaire Doe, or where you got, or Montana 700, where they basically talking about getting money,
Yeah, they trapping, Boss Man D-Lo opened that door back up again, man. They used to make a lot of made trap music, man. Then all this killers came about it. That's what was talking about. Then in real life, before that was half a brick, whole brick. Hey, you feel it? It was trapping. Even me, you gonna listen to my music after every time because at the beginning, you gonna listen to all my old songs at the beginning, and that's what I was talking about. Straight drop in the kitchen, whipping. Yeah, 8 ball, yeah. That's what it was talking about, like, cause that's what it was doing for real. So when it doing that, that's what I'm saying. Then it just so happened. I mean, used a couple lines and bring up, play his ass, say something. But majority of it used to be trap music, man. Gucci, everybody trap, Jeezy trap. It was trap. It wasn't really talking about no. You gotta realize now. Got a whole 2-3 minutes, the whole song talking about killing. the ops, shoot them in the top, kill them, switch glizzies. Everything is about gun, demonic, man.
Yeah. When that used to be an aspect, but it wasn't the primary aspect. The primary aspect was always getting money and getting girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, getting money, man. That was the main thing.
Now, what do you think about what you see going on in Atlanta, where you have like a Metro Boomin trying to go back to the swag era almost with that latest album that he dropped? Like trying to change up the narrative there in Atlanta a little bit, you know, get a little bit away from the streets, you know?
I ain't heard it, but man, you know, that's what it's about, man. Try to get the world, man, needs to get off that same be stuck in that same little bubble. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these don't make it too far, live too long, because that's all they know. Shoot them up, bang, bang. Did. But that's what Metro doing, man. That's wild of applause, man.
His whole last project, man, he had like Young Dro, he had like Travis Porter. He just took it back to that whole era right there where you can almost picture the sound when you say those names, where, it was all that, the black boy, white boy swag, that type of rap. And, nobody out of that era really got shot. You know what I'm saying? Crazy like that.
It was for all the way, turned that, all that time it was for.
Yeah, and that's I can't say it's a better scene because creativity is going to do what it's going to do. People go use their creative vices or their creative abilities to make amazing music in any type of way that they see they can make it. So when you pointed at drill, they're gonna be as creative as possible in drill and make some dope music. Yeah, when you pointed at getting money, they're gonna be as creative as possible as doing that. It seems like.
But a lot of they talking about get money because niggas get no money. They don't talk about these want to go buy a gun, a new Glock with a switch over it, and walk around in the house and post it on Instagram, but act like they killing people. And then never did nothing. Now force your hand, and now you got to kill somebody. Now you're in jail for the rest of your life. I wish the Furrow era would come back, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. 07, 08, 9, 10, 11 was still fun. 12 was still fun, but that's when it started changing. It started for me. But 07, 08, I even go back to 05, 06, 07, 8, 9, 10. Like, those were the best times of my life, man. I was having a ball, man. Life was amazing, man. There was no, at that time, man, I ain't had no worry. It ain't had no demonic thoughts, no nothing, bro. No, that had all his brothers and homies and, life was great, man. And, sometimes, man, sit, man, and you realize, like, the older you get, man, you be like, man, for me, I miss that, like, because now it's like a stuck, but, life goes on, man. You can't dwell on the past, but, eras and times change as far as every decade or whatever. The 80s was different from the 90s, the 90s different from the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Everything is a new generation every time, you know what I'm saying? The life change, even follows the clothing, to the walking, the talking, you know what I'm saying? Because probably people even like back then, I know like probably in the 90s, bro, I miss the 80s, or people from the 80s, I miss the 70s, you feel me? Like, but even like the 70s, the 60s, I know life was beautiful, like even though, slavery, but like that wasn't slavery, but people made music like Al Green, Johnny Taylor, like that type of music. You know what I'm saying? That real love making music that soothes your mind, man. A lot of this rap, man, is demonic and it's crashing our people out, man.
Now, do you think that we could get back to like a SoundCloud fun rap era type of deal? Like, maybe not SoundCloud, but
we ain't gonna be able to do it because we got a generation that just wants switches and drums and sticks, and this generation is lost. This generation right now that's coming up is lost. They went skis all day. They just want a gun, don't want no money, just want to rather catch a body before they. This generation.
But for just personally, I think this, man, looking at it, from all those areas that you're talking about, especially 05 to 2012, you know what I'm saying? like there was just mostly fun, but it wasn't like SoundCloud kind of weird rap. It was just like,
Oh,
it
hell
was
no.
mainstream. It was mainstream rap. Everybody had fun. There were things in the street that was going on, but you know, it wasn't the focus. The focus was mostly on enjoying your life. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a possibility we can swing that pendulum back. Do you?
Man, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know. Even with the SoundCloud thing wasn't my thing. That wasn't the Trippie Redds and all that. That wasn't me. Like I'm from the street, so I wasn't. You know, I really wasn't with the wearing chains around my neck, the dog chains and painting my nails like that. That's not. You know what I'm saying? For each his own. Like me and Trippie Redd had got into it over that before. You know what I'm saying? And he was a big fan of my before he blew up. You feel me? So, but it was just me. Like even Famous Dex, a lot of these like it was just like, you know, being a street I come from when you like that, you was like, this is weird. These weirdos. These are different type of niggas. And it ain't no disrespect. You just different. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to play tough because look what you doing. You just different. And it's really like punk rock. That's all it's just taking over. This was just dressing like punk rock and bull rings in their nose, and the people been doing that. That's punk rock. That's how they been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Rock. That's you know, they do nothing but steal. They to take it and then made their music how they made it. But I don't know. I really, you know, for each his own, but I don't know. I really listen to me old school. I ain't listen to SoundCloud shit.
Facts. I kind of didn't groove. I didn't like that movement either.
Skinny for the nines and feelings.
You said what?
That's Skinny for the nine era too.
Yeah. He was big, man. He was big in that time, man. That was his era.